What's up, folks? I am alive. Got to do the things that I need to do. And that is copy the link, do the other things, do those. Friday, it is done. Giggity, you are first. Are you still here? Hopefully. It doesn't even show you as being here. But I had to go post on Instagram because I always try and post and let you guys know that I'm around. And I don't know if you're still here. Hopefully you're still here. I don't know what happens. I don't know what this does when I leave. But you were first, Giggity. If you're still here. If you're not still here, you weren't first. There's some people coming in. Hit up the likety-like button and do the things. We are... Why does it say new? Yeah, other than that, start rolling in this thing. The likety-like button has been hit. Appreciate that. We've got the poll running today, talking about Ford Excursions, and currently 100% of you do not own Ford Excursions, which is okay with me. Appreciate you being here anyway, and that's all that matters to me, that you're here to hang out and be cool and be good peeps. And be my peeps. So appreciate y'all coming around, hanging out, and love having the like button hit. If you're going to hit that like button, that would be awesome. We got all the things going because this is the Geeks 4x4 live weekly chat. We are all in here just to talk about excursions. And so if you are interested in Ford Excursions at all and want to be around, the Nothing Killer Excursion with the Triton. So yeah, the Nothing Killer Excursion came with a 5.4 Triton and a 6.8 liter V10, technically Triton as well. This one behind me right here has a V10 in it. There's one that's behind you over there that has a 7.3 in it. And I've got a little bit of an excursion problem. So that's where I'm at. Thanks, Stop Raging. I really appreciate you coming in here and really encouraging all this stuff. It's super cool to have really nice people in your life that just come on and want to pick you apart on the internet. So good for you. Have a great day. Just really feel bad for you. I'm really sorry that you feel bad enough in your life to just come onto somebody's thing and just rage bait their things. So I wonder how many live feeds that guy's been blocked from. So his name is Stop Raging. Which is very interesting because all he does is rage. So anyway, hit that thumbs up button if you are here and interested at all in Ford Excursions. We got the poll going bigger here and bigger and bigger. We got a lot more excursion owners coming in. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button and let's get this thing rolling. The Nothing Killer has either blown the #1 plug yet. Well, the 7.3 doesn't have spark plugs, so no. And the V10, nope. My V10 has been pretty good. I go around and torque my stuff down pretty often and make sure that I don't leave it. So yeah. Giggity, that radio. A bunch of reviews say the camera only worked twice, touchscreen doesn't work, etc. Oh, it was you asking me on the Amazon thing. Yeah, Giggity, like I said, so I've got 10,000 miles on the thing now. And again, it's not the best radio. I'm not changing this for anything. But it's not the best radio I've ever owned. It's also not the worst. Yeah. The Nothing Killer, there isn't any common issues with them. See, that's a bold statement, my friend. The 7.3 liter is it's a diesel, and it has its weak points, but the 7.3 liter is known also by a lot of people to pretty regularly get to 1 million miles or 500,000 miles without ever doing massive work. The V10 is also known for being pretty darn reliable, but you are correct in asking about them shooting plugs. For whatever reason, Ford engineers only put like 4 threads in the heads on these early 2-valve V10s, and they do well as long as you keep the spark plugs tight. Because the problem is when they start loosening a little bit, they only have 3 threads holding them in, and then they shoot out, and that ends up being the problem. I think most of the time, personally. And so, you know, the V10 has that issue. That also the V10 has an issue where it warps the manifolds and breaks the manifold bolts, and so then you get exhaust leaks. What is a common V10? I don't really know. So anyway, totally giggity. Yeah. So that's obviously the biggest thing is like, that was my thing when I needed it. I was like, I just want a touchscreen in this thing, and I want to try and have a front-facing camera. Again, I clicked the camera button on my switch pod, and that thing pops on every time. It still does. It's 10,000 miles later. It hasn't had a single problem. So, yeah, I don't know. Lucas, sorry you don't like Fords except the Mustang. The Excursion is also an amazing Ford. But, you know, to each their own, my friend. Glad to have you here anyway, and thanks for just being a part of the chat and stirring up the conversation. So appreciate it. Nothing killer. The manifold's too shallow. No, not necessarily. It's just, I mean, the GMs of the same era have the exact same manifold bolt problem. The Fords on these ones, the V10s just in general, they have 20 bolts that hold on the manifold on the Ford, and well, 10 on each side. Is that right? Yeah, 10 on each side. And so it's just like more common. It seems like the Chevys only have a center bolt all the way through, and that one breaks. So, you know, all vehicles have their downfalls, my friend. And that's the biggest thing of the V10. You're going to hear a tick out of it. Most 9 times out of 10 are going to have a tick, and you're going to need to fix the manifold bolts, which means a ton of painstaking, terrible, the worst job I've ever done on a vehicle work. But it's still very, I don't know. V10's a great motor. Mr. Me, I won a 2003 Honda with 242,000 miles. Is that really a prize? That's funny. Yeah, so, I mean, the Nothing Killer, I mean, that's the problem. Any vehicle you really start digging into, you're going to find all the things. And, you know, so it just depends on what you like, my friend. For me, I'm an Excursion guy. I just love the big SUV thing. And, these Excursions just are so versatile. 4x8 sheet of wood fits in the backbone that can tow 10,000 pounds, and you can haul 8 people in your boat wherever you want to go. It's a pretty awesome rig, and there's not another vehicle. I don't care what you say, GM guys, but that 2500 GM does not hold a candle to this thing, and the way it feels and the way it drives. And if you like driving a truck, that's an Excursion. If you like driving a nice plush car, that's a 2500 GM. So, X Deadshot says that he likes working with rotary engines. My gosh, man, that might be the worst engine to work with. But you get lots of practice, I hear, about rotaries. Really don't know a whole lot about rotaries. I've never been in one myself. So, I don't really plan to ever be in one. So I don't really need to know. I know way too much. I know a little bit about everything, but I don't know a ton about rotaries for sure. So, yeah, if you're in here and you have not hit that like button, I would super duper appreciate it. If you guys could hit that like button, boost those likes. It helps YouTube know that you guys are enjoying this, and you gotta share it out to other people. The newbie says hi 3 times. And the 4th time and the 5th time, they're going to get themselves hidden on the channel, because I don't need to have somebody just spamming up the chat. And so appreciate the extra couple likes from you guys sitting here watching. We'll try and keep this chat clean. That's the most entertaining part about being live, is just that. Deadshot says you see the RX-8. I am sure it's sick, man. Those RX-8s are cool. To Brune, What's up, man? How are you? Ulysses, Jesus died for me. Yes, sir, Jesus did, and I am so grateful and saved by grace. I appreciate you coming in here and spreading love, spreading Jesus. Appreciate you, Ulysses. God is good, man. Appreciate the thumbs up from a couple more people. We got about 42% of us coming in here right now, our excursion owners. Would love to hear from you guys in the chat and see what you guys are up to. What are you working on your excursions? Ask me any questions about the excursions. That's what we're here for. Talk about Ford excursions and do that thing. So that's where I'm trying to be. So wherever you guys want to leave that in the chat, I would love that. Got lots of people voting in the poll right now. We are down to 39%. Man, where are the excursion owners at? Call a fellow excursion owner. Tell them the Geeks 4x4 is live. And see how many excursion owners we can get in one spot right this second, guys. Let's do this. Giggity, you still here? I saw that you were the first one, and then you said, dang. You still were the first one, my friend. I was live. I just needed to get the link and share it out. So, Bendejo, let me know. Let's hear the answer. What do you call a rich Chinese man in an excursion? James, you had to go away. Cha-ching. I like it. I like it. That's great. Bendejo, how are you doing today? Glad to see you on the live again, my friend. You're here almost every week. Well, maybe not every week, but like you're here a lot. I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. So, pretty fun. Yeah. So what happens is I come on to it, and I, because they don't give me the link before I start the live, which maybe they do, but it's never actually worked when I have shared it before. So I turn on the live, hit the share button, hit the link, go to Instagram. When I go to the different app on my phone, it like freezes the live here. So, but yes, hit that thumbs up in the space, guys. Love to have you here. Shoot the excursion questions out. Would love to steer this conversation in a direction that yeah. Toby, I know, a big tire, man, a big tire. Freaking Toby, man. Toby's always the worst. I kid, a little office reference for you. But it's a big tire coming right for me. Luckily, it's not running right now. No, it runs. Sarker, I have no idea, man. Does this look like an iPhone 17 live? Sorry, Toby. But have you ever seen The Office? That's how much Toby's hated. So Toby has to be lit, has to be screamed top of your lungs. Man, guys, we only have 34% excursion owners in this chat currently. Oh, 36, 34. We're just like going back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. See if we can get this up to 50% excursion owners. We've been in and out some weeks, and it's been real fun. So yeah. Oscar. Yep. All the good stuff, Toby. Good to have you. Toby, do you have an excursion? He's coming in here, hanging out, enjoying. Yeah, shut it. Freaking Toby, get out. Get out, Toby. Get out of my office. But I'm glad you're here, Toby. Never hated him that much. No, I hated him sometimes. He's the worst. 10 out of 10, the worst. But yeah, what's going on in everybody's lives? If you are new here for the first time, I am Bryce. I am the Geeks 4x4 guy, and I am also the Ford Excursion guy on this here internet. And I built this one behind me. This is on 40s with very little lift. It's also bobbed 12 inches, which is kind of fun. Yeah, so I have a 7.3 Excursion, a V10 Excursion, And yeah, it's kind of the Excursion guy trying to make videos, help people build them, and to what other, to what they want to create in their Ford Excursion. So that's who I am, and just kind of hanging out. So EQRC says he owns a 99 Tahoe. He's rebuilding the engine, switching over to a 4-barrel 650 Holly on an aluminum intake. Might give it some more. It's an LT with a new transmission too. Interesting, going to a carburetor on a 99 Tahoe. Chevy's supposed to be reliable with that here. Throttle body injection. Just kidding. But hey, if you like carburetors, send it, man. I am not a massive carburetor fan. Doesn't seem like I can ever get them to run right. But if that works for you, send it. Gotta love a Tahoe. Wish GM would make something with a solid axle in an SUV. I think I speak for everyone when I say that. Also, I wish every company would. Like Ford needs to do it again. And so does GM. Dodge, though, they just fall apart. Picky One says, what do I think about the Suzuki Jimny for my first car? I love those Suzuki Jimmys. The Jimnys, they are sweet. We don't actually have them in the States. We have to import them. But they seem pretty slick. I would totally drive one. That would be a fun little rig to putz around in. Hey, if you're here and you have not hit the like button, I would also appreciate a thumbs up from you guys. Let's get this into double digits here. And yeah, Loyola Kendall says hi. Hi. Oh yeah, the ram body on frame concept. I am pretty sure that is not real, because as you said, the internet sucks. But guys, we got the double digits on the thumbs up. Thank you for that. But let's keep this going. Let's get more thumbs up. Don't just walk away from the thumbs up. Keep hitting it. Yeah, I really don't think it's true. Except to me, if Dodge is going to build a big one right now, if Stellantis is going to build something, they have the Grand Wagoneer platform, which is not the body on frame setup, and so I would imagine they would be using the same setup. So that would be my thought. That's why I don't think it's real. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice before. Is what it is. So who else has got a question? Bring up some other stuff in the chat. Love to chat about it. The funny thing, I've had so many teasers. I'm sure you guys have all seen them of like, Ford's going to bring out the Excursion again, and this whole AI crap that looks exactly like it should, and all this stuff. And it's so hard to tell nowadays what's going on the internet. Hopefully you guys still watch me when AI takes over everything. Rohan, good boy, you can ask things about the Ford Excursion, because that's what I'm here to talk about. A single dead brand. Civ here. What's up, Civ? How are you doing? I'm a sucker for Pontiac. That would be the brand, the car brand I would bring back. See, Giggity, I'm kind of in the same, like, I don't, Civ. No. Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem with the new one would be the cost. And I agree, like, I don't want one with def. I don't want any of that stuff. But, like, a new one with the 7.3 in it, the new 7.3 Godzilla and stuff, that might be really cool. Rohan, I don't know anything about that, so sorry. Child of Perditon. A car? I'm in poverty. I can't even afford a bus. We can afford a nice phone or something to watch YouTube live on, so that's pretty cool. Cool, Civ. I'm sorry, man. I don't know who you are. But I'm glad you're here. How did you find my live? Do you have a Ford Excursion? Israel or Israel? I don't know. It says hi. I have no idea. But yeah, the new Excursion would be interesting. Like, with all the nice interior and all that stuff. I don't know. I definitely couldn't afford them. Ford Excursion limos, yeah, they are sick. They are super sick. Hey, if you guys could all put the thumbs up on the thing to help this get more people, I would super duper appreciate that. Ricky asked, do I like the old Jeep Wagoneers? Ricky, I actually worked on one. I resurrected it after sitting for like 20 years and got it back running for the owner. And got it back to her so she could do whatever needed to do with it. But we wanted to see if it would actually run. And got that sucker running after 20 years. So it was an 89, which I like the earlier grills better on those Wagoneers, but I do like them. They're kind of cool. Drivetrains are really not great in them, though. That 360 is not impressive to me. It wasn't impressive at all to work on. So yeah, it had a 360 in it. So I think a lot of guys are swapping them with a 350. So, yeah, all the vacuum stuff and everything that happened in the 80s is just rough on vehicles. Kind of like the electronics now that we all feel like we need. The vacuum systems did the same kind of stuff to vehicles. And, yeah, with like no fix. Electronics can be the same way, though. Think about an electronic, like all these computers and wires and stuff in 30 years. It's going to be crazy. So that's why Giggity is correct in the fact that do we actually want a new version of anything? And the answer is no. I think that the guys with the slate thing are onto something because I like the slate. I think it's called the slate, the EV thing that you can convert into some different things. And it's super simple, like crank windows and manual locks and all that stuff. And I say that as I have one sitting right there, non-slate, but my LJ has manual windows, manual locks, manual transmission, all the stuff, and it's probably going to outlast me. 4-liter too, so it has all the stuff to do really well and to last for quite a long time. Yeah, so that's what I was just saying. Pick one. Is that would be kind of the sucky part, is all the computers controlling everything and all the nannies trying to stop you from driving it essentially. And yeah, there's a lot of things that would kind of suck, but it would be nice to have a newer one than all of our rubber stuff failing after 25 years. Oh, excuse me. I get talking, I get yawning. So, but yeah, other cool things I have going on. The next events, I'm going to be at Easter Jeep Safari in Moab, Utah. That will be, it's like the first week of April. And we're going to be down there wheeling. That'll be a good time. And then gonna go to Texas. And in Texas, we're going to have the first ever full country Ford Excursion meetup. And we're gonna hopefully have people there from all over the United States and also possibly some other countries. And yeah, so it's gonna be a great event. If you're interested in that, go to my Facebook page, go to the events tab, and you will see the Ford Excursion event. And I would love to have you guys come. So if you could hit that like button on here and go to that page when you get a chance on Facebook, Geeks 4x4, the events page. We'd appreciate that a ton. Pickawan says, when I say computer, I mean those stupid 20-inch screen in the front and center. Yeah, well, that's not even like the worst of the computers now. I mean, pick one, or Pike one. The worst of the computers is like everything is controlled by a computer. Your door locks, your windows, your seats, all this stuff is controlled by a computer, and I just can't imagine that that's going to last forever. A kit truck, it's an interesting thought. I've never really looked into those that much. And, to build it yourself is one thing. I've done that. I like having the drivetrain that's not from a kit and then maybe a body from a kit or something. Like I said, the slate truck is kind of neat in that way, where you could buy the SUV setup, start yawning, and then I think about it yawning again. and you can turn that slate truck into an SUV or a pickup and all that other cool stuff, which I think is pretty darn neat. So, yeah, I think that might be fun. Problem would be still the kit truck. I mean, it's going to be expensive, and it's all about the cost. So, you're definitely not. Yeah, man. I'm telling everybody there's no excuses because you're from North Carolina. You're closer than I am. And I'm driving a tire the size of me sitting down. Just kidding. I understand, guys. It is a big ask to drive a long way to the event. I totally understand. But I think what we all have to understand is that to do an event like this, like I'm hoping to do every year, it's going to require all of us driving, because if I put it close to me, you have to drive 40 hours, and that's not fair. And if I put it close to you, I have to drive 40 hours, and that's not fair. And so for me to put it, I literally looked, and I knew Marist was close to the center, and then I looked it up, and I was like, holy smokes, it's almost dead center from everywhere. I could have gone somewhere up north more in Oklahoma, but then the guys in Florida down way south would be in trouble. And so, I just decided that's a pretty good spot. We're all going to just meet in the center and do our thing. The original AM General Hummer were as Spartan as the 1962 Land Rover Series 1s. Define what you're using the word Spartan for. Because the AM Hummer was not that reliable. I guess the 1962 Land Rovers weren't that reliable either. So, maybe. Yeah. But anyway, if you're in here, hit that thumbs up button. Also, guys, the Super Chat is open if you want to donate to the old geek here and help pay for the gas to drive across the country. If you're also driving across the country, don't donate to my gas. Donate to your own gas. And then tell me, I just put $10 in my bank account so that I could drive to the Excursion event this week. I'll be proud of you for that. But anyway, you have to pay. Yeah, somebody's got to help me get there. I'm going to be hitchhiking or sitting in gas stations asking for gas. Just kidding. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ricky, you're totally right. Super Fred, what up? How are you doing, man? I am doing stellar. Just here hanging out with my friends and, doing the thing on Sunday. Sunday afternoon, middle of the footballing games, the foosball, stuff. So, just hanging out with you guys. So, I'm doing great, man. Shoot your questions over. We're talking about the event a little bit. Would love to, hear where you're coming from, hear what you're thinking about doing for the event, hear what makes it worth the drive for you. We know it's going to be, Yeah. Dude, Giggity, 1/16th. You're like already closer than I am. Bull Holland Cowboy, you just got the original dirt tracks and you had the Grabber ATXs. I really dislike both of those tires. I currently have the ATXs on my other truck and I hate them. These are Cooper Discover STT Pros, the mud terrain Coopers, and they're a 40-inch tire. So, Bull Holland Cowboy, are you having a Ford Excursion, or what are you putting these good old tires on? Hope you like those those Duratracs better than I did. I thought they were garbage. Bull Holland Cowboy, my Grabbers are the exact same way. They are cupped to all get out, and I have never had a set of tires cup on my white Ford Excursion before, and it has 350,000 miles on it. So I've put some miles on some tires, and those ATXs really not impressed. Been a fan of General Tire for a long time. I have their Grabber X3s on this Jeep right here. That's the Grabber X3. And I really like that tire. And I still really like that tire. But the ATXs, man, I was very disappointed in. So, unfortunately, I have them on there now, and they need to be replaced. soon. But that truck's probably going to get a coil swap, and so I will get them for the new wheels. You got them on a lifted Chevy Silverado. Those are known for killing tires anyway, so that's cool. Starboy, thanks for the love, brother. It's awesome. Yeah. Bullhauling Cowboy, my favorite tire on my Excursion, my white one, that I put a bunch of miles on, obviously. This is a rock crawler, so it doesn't get as many miles. But these Coopers have been pretty good. I did blow one, which is annoying. But my favorite tires on that truck were Firestone Destination ATs. Started running them in like 2001. Ran them up till they discontinued that first generation of Destination ATs. And then I switched. I put the Duratrax on there. Same thing. I have to run 10 ply on the Excursion because it's heavy. And the Duratrax were garbage. Got rid of them. Put the ATXs on there. Giggity. Heck yeah, brother. Hunter Love, you're listening to. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm so grateful to have people that care, people that support. It's just cool, guys. It's just I really am so glad to have built this community like this, and that's the other reason to come to the event. Is I literally want to shake your hands, and just say thanks, and just my goal is to just care about these excursions and care about the people building them, and help every one of you to make yours better and to make it exactly what you want, and that is my goal. So thank you guys for sharing some of the funds. I know they're tight, and I know it's a big deal. So I really do appreciate it. Hunter, I need to call. Or yeah, I need to give you my address and just have you send this stuff. I didn't realize you were on here already. But yeah. So that's where we're at, guys. Doing our best, living our lives. Oh, and you got to come to the event so you can get a gas pump. We're gonna work on this gas pump idea, and I'm gonna get some Geeks 4x4 gas pumps to hand out. So they're only gonna be available at the event though, because if you're not coming to the event, what are you doing? I kid. If you can't make it, I totally understand. Also, Giggity just out here already put 1/16 of his fuel in an account. So, 16. If you could do that once a week, Giggity. All you need is 16 weeks, and you've got more than that to get there. So you can do it, my friend. All you need is fuel for the way there. We don't worry about getting home because we're gonna have so much fun. We're just gonna hang out. So yeah, Firestone Destination AT, and then so they redid the Destination AT, and they made it really, really good looking. And I think I'm actually going to go back to that Firestone Destination AT when I put new tires on my white truck. After I coil swap it, though, it's going to probably have. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to go a 17 or a stock 18 or. Depends on the deal I get and the wheels that I find. I might even go with a 20-inch wheel on that truck when I get done with it. We'll see. We'll see. It should be cool. So yeah. Giggity knows how bad my fuel mileage is. 20 miles. It's just crazy. It's what a mess, man. What a mess. See, Giggity, this is what I'm saying. For the $30, yeah. Oh, man, Hunter, yeah. Yeah, because you're driving up like 300 miles or something to go to work. You need to just move closer to work, my friend. Just do it. Get closer. Yeah, we need to hang. We need to hang, Hunter. I need to come over there. I got people all over the place up here now. I got you guys over in Montana. I got a bunch of buddies in Spokane now. Brian, you in here yet? Just kidding. We got Brian. We've got the other member. You also see that Hunter is green. That means Hunter is a member of the channel, which in theory means that he gets more stuff from me sometimes. But, guys, I am so busy right now. The show is opening on Friday, so that is awesome. So what my current schedule has looked like is I'm waking up at 6:30, going to Fastenal, being there at 7, being done at 2, coming home, eating food, leaving to go do theater stuff at 2:30. Coming home this week was 10 o'clock every night, 10 o'clock. Then, when I got home, I was going on Geeks 4x4 and trying to, making all this stuff work for Amazon and responding to comments and doing all that stuff until like 11:30. And that's what my life has been like right now. And it's been fun. Dennis, the Menace, is around. Giggity says, I looked into making my name green, and yeah, I haven't done that. Wow, Giggity. Your name could be green. You could be in those green lights. Oh, okay. It's fine. Guys, I am starting to put together also stuff to give away at the event. Now, this is a great concept to bounce off of you guys. So, Owlclaw is actually helping me out with the event. He's going to build a part of his website into our ticket sales. And so, very soon, you will be able to buy tickets for the event. And so that is pretty amazing. And we're going to work on that. We're getting there. We're getting closer. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is doing a raffle, because I'm getting a bunch of free stuff off of Amazon right now. And I'm doing like this thing where I'm asking for free stuff and I'm getting cool things. And my thought is I'm going to put together a bunch of things and do a raffle. What do you guys think would be a good price for tickets? So I've got some things that are like nice things. So like some jump starters and some tow ropes and lights and trailer hitches and just like all that different stuff. That trailer hitch I put a video up on a couple weeks ago. And like there's a set of ramps next to me with hydraulics on them that'll lift stuff. I don't know if an Excursion will go. I wouldn't put an Excursion on them. But I have like all this different stuff, and I'm kind of thinking like, I don't know. Tell me what you think would be an interesting price that you might pay for a raffle ticket for like some good stuff at a raffle. Nothing under $20 probably. It's gonna be raffled off. Dennis, you just finished swapping out the front heater core. Not bad at all. Assuming you have a pair of sheet metal cutters. That's the secret. Where's the sheet metal that you cut, Dennis? Did you have to cut behind? Yeah, where's the sheet metal that you had to cut? Because I would hope that it would just come out the back of the box. It's like right behind the glove box, isn't it? It's not bad at all. So, got a bunch of new people coming in. If you guys could hit that like button, likety-like, thumbs up. It's right behind the chat if you can't find it. And it's somewhere behind the chat. I don't know, that's what they tell me. And yeah, that would be awesome if I could get some more thummies, uppies. Also have the super chat open if you would like to donate to the old geek. We're gonna be driving a lot, and we're just starting to raise funds, to make sure this excursion event happens. And I just appreciate anything you guys are willing to donate and give to this dream I have and this drive. So yeah. We got Shadow Band, who is currently not Shadow Band. It says he owns a 99 F250 Super Duty with a 7.3 Power Stroke. Well, Shadow Band, you are fine by me, my friend. We've got about the same trucks, but yeah. To cut off the heater lines from the inside and pull out the lines from the outside, then release the clips. Oh, interesting. So you cut the lines. I think you were talking about doing that. So that worked out. That's awesome. That's great, Dennis. Glad that is fixed. The $1,300 Excursion is probably costing you a couple dollars more than $1,300 at this point. So, but still a beast, man. And I think you still got a good deal, even though you had to fix a lot of things. I had to fix my heater core. Like, I don't know what happened to it because it like got clogged, but didn't stop the flow. It was very odd. It didn't get warm one time, and I got home and I blew it out with my air compressor, and now it gets warm. So I don't really know. Obviously, something got clogged where it wasn't flowing. But I got a free coolant exchange at Trail Hero because it shot a lot of coolant into the atmosphere, and then I put a lot of water and straight coolant back into it. A new set of BFG KO3s made all the difference in the in making that thing worth more than $1,300 for sure. Sucker's worth all kinds of money now. You put as much money into the tires as you did in the whole truck. That's awesome, man. That's super awesome. So yeah, Dennis, are you have you heard about the excursion event that I'm working on? Are you going to drive down with me? I think we should. I wish I could say we could caravan. We can caravan back because all of us coming to the Pacific Northwest can just peel off and do our own thing when we go by. But yeah, the real Patty. Are the Raptors just as crap where you are as they are here in the UK? You got a problem with Ford Raptors over there in the UK? No. I live in the US, and that Raptors are not a problem. Thomas, how are you doing? Am I sure I'm doing my own thing, or does you have 5 other people's hands in your pockets? I'm doing my own thing, my friend. This is me, myself, and I out here working my tail off, trying to help fellow excursion owners make their Ford Excursions the best vehicles they possibly can. Oh, that wet belt system. You know, Real Patty, I actually don't know a ton about that. I'm just not up on the new cars and what all this thing is. Is that the timing belt? Or what's the... I've heard about this wet belt system, but I can't pinpoint where it is and what it is. What engine is in the Raptor over there? Is that diesel, isn't it? Or where are you at? You said you're in the UK. So you got a diesel engine in there? That's what I thought, oil pump belt. But I don't think we do have that, huh? I don't remember where that is. But anyway, Dennis, as I was saying, I'm doing I'm kind of hosting, but I'm not. I don't know. We're doing a Ford Excursion event, and it's going to be at Maris Adventure Park in Texas, and it's going to be epic. And we should definitely, you should come, and then we can drive back together, and yeah, it'd be great. Oh. Well, that'll do it, Dennis. That'll do it. That's easier than the clock spring. That was my next thing. I don't know if I mentioned that to you last week, but the clock spring is also something that I see on the forums all the time that guys are, they're having issues with. So yeah. Gas pump. Come to the excursion event. Get a Geese 4x4 gas pump. Mm-hmm. Oh, you guys have the EcoBoost and the 3-liter. So now the Dennis, go down to Spalding's, or you're not that close to Spalding's, huh? Go down to Spalding or get one online and cut one off a truck. A lot of times they'll let you do it. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I do believe that we have the same setup on that. The oil pump has a belt, which is just stupid. I don't, like, why? Why are we trying? It's just the engineers trying to get cute with all of us and make sure that we have to buy new parts all the time. Or a new engine. So, luckily I don't own a 3.5 liter EcoBoost. I own a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter that I don't think has the oil pump drive belt. It has... Does it have this? Oh, it has the water pump that is underneath the intake manifold or something stupid. So... Nice, Dennis. Yeah, if you can replace the clock spring, you'll get all you should get all the functions, as long as you can get all the wires down the column. And then you can just plug them into whatever you want. That'd be sick, actually. So I bought my steering wheel in the white truck from Car ID. It's just like a direct replacement, so that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, real Patty. Then you need them to start to keep engineering dumb stuff. So, yeah, again, I everything in this garage. The newest car I own is a 2016 Edge, and it has the 3.5 in it, but it's not the EcoBoost. And it has that stupid water pump that's buried. But the rest of everything I own, that's a 2000. My Jeep right over here is a 2006, and my other Excursion is a 2001. I have a 2005 Escape that's around every once in a while too. And yeah, I don't like new cars. I like some of the stuff. Adaptive cruise control is freaking sick. But yeah. So the Sierra, is it a Ford Sierra or the GMC? The GMC pickup is a Sierra here. The Escort did exist here. It does not anymore. It was a pile. And the Cosworths, I recognize the name, but no, we did not get those either. So the only thing on that list right there that we got that was a Ford made was the Escort. So, and the Escort was just a pile, man. It was not good. So yeah. What else we got, guys? What else we got? Real Patty, have you ever seen an Excursion? You ever worked on an Excursion over there? That's what this channel is all about, is the Ford Excursion stuff. I don't know, I'm the Ford Excursion guy, I guess, on the internet. And I was told by somebody at this event that they were like, stop saying you want to be the Ford Excursion guy, because you are the Ford Excursion guy. And until one of my followers tells me I'm wrong, I'm just going to claim that. Just going to say I'm the Ford Excursion guy. Look at me. I'm the guy that cares way too much about a 25-year-old vehicle. It's not quite as old as me, I promise. But yeah, love these trucks. Oh, interesting. Mercury Merker? Tiramisu. Marco, I have never had tiramisu. Random question, though. It's fine with me. Oh, interesting. Can't think of who the Mercury Merker was, but I had a friend with an Escort growing up. They had an Escort that had been totaled. Had a different steering wheel in it because the airbag had gone off and like all the stuff. It was awesome. Was a Kuga. I don't know what that is, but that sounds amazing. Is it like the size of an Expedition? Like what? Because you guys have the Everest, right? Or do you have the Everest, or that's like Australia or something? There's Ford is kind of random with, it seems like, what they built. They built a lot of different cars in a lot of different countries. So I think it's the Everest that looks sick that we all want, and they don't sell it here. It's like, no, you get this lame Explorer and this Bronco Sport looking thing that's nothing. And yeah, smaller than the Edge. So what we would call an Escape, maybe? I don't know. We have the Escape. No. Ford Focus. Oh, it's like a Ford Focus SUV. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just odd. Ford does do that. I don't know why. Is it like the size requirements that you guys have? Or is it the size requirements that we have? Or is it the emission stuff? Like different engines too, I would imagine, on some of them. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, Dennis. I'm stuck on the live. If I leave, everything dies. It's very annoying because I'm just on my phone. And so it's just a little bit harder to do all the stuff on the side. Everybody else that does lives apparently is on their computers and doing all this different stuff. I'm very low tech, friends. I am just trying to share Ford Excursion knowledge from my phone. That makes sense. Why would we call it the same thing and make it the same car? We're just going to build a different one for you guys. How about the Troopy van? That didn't exist in Europe either, though, right? I still want one of those. Somebody needs to figure out how to get me one of those. Those are in... I can't remember. The desert one is the desert Excursion and a desert Troopy van. I want to build one of those. The Troopy van's goofy because it has like a Focus rear... Is it Focus or a Taurus rear trunk on an Excursion front end, kind of, but the wheel is in the middle of this door. The wheelbase is shorter, and I have no clue what engines. They all have diesels in them or something, I think. Somebody was on here one day from, I cannot think of the country right now, where they're from, and they were telling us about them, and I was like, how do you get me one? Because I want to build one with 40s. Sounds awesome. It had like a little 3-liter in it or something. Straight 6, maybe. I don't remember. Yeah. I don't know. I'll keep my V10. I dig it. I don't hate the V10 at all. I like the 7.3 a lot more. I don't hate it a lot. I like the 7.3 better. But I don't hate the V10. All this hatred for the V10 is really, really interests me. Like, if you were to drive one for 10 minutes, maybe not 10 minutes, if you were to drive one for a couple hours trying to do the same things that you do with your 7.3, you'd be so impressed because they do good. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because you guys all have the smaller vans and stuff. Are the roads just that much smaller there, or are the requirements just that much smaller? Hey, we got Nicola from Russia coming on here. Kind of crazy where this live stream pushes to sometimes. Hey, if you guys could hit that thumbs up, I got a bunch of new people in here right now. Hit the thumbs up on the thing, and that helps this get spread to more people. That can get more people, to hang out with me. And I'm pretty boring, but I would love to hang out with some more people. So if you could hit that thumbs up, that'd be amazing. And get it in there. That's a pretty hilarious one. Reba, no, bye. Yeah, Octagram, I do. It's pretty bad, man. The Real Patty, yeah, the roads are tiny. Real Patty, have you been out here to the U.S. and seen our roads? Has that given you some crazy insights into why we have the biggest vehicles ever? Patrick Davis says Dodge Durango. Well, you could be wrong. That's okay. Dodge Durangos are okay. They're not near as big as an Excursion or even comparable in any way, but cool ride. Nicola, come to the States, man. Come visit. We're entertaining over here. Let's give it that much. So, depending on where you go. I don't know where I would suggest to go if you've never been to the U.S., honestly. I don't really know. But, yeah. Octagram says he's from China, or no, he's from Denmark. Who knows, man? Definitely not India. Real Patty. Yep. That probably makes sense. I have not, well, I've been in Spain, which is not technically UK, right? But their roads are they're nothing. I mean, I couldn't drive. There's guys, though, in Denmark that have Excursions, and there's a guy in Poland that I've talked to. There's a guy in Germany. There's Excursions around over there, which is just wild to me, because they're just so much bigger than everything else. Patrick Davis, 466, says Ford F-350 diesel. Okay. Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah. You guys got different setup out there. It's pretty wild. I mean, it gets pretty wild in our big cities here. Pretty much can't drive. in the big cities here. And you guys, I mean, I guess in like Italy and stuff and Rome, they've taken it to where you can't. You can still drive down a lot of those streets. That's crazy too, because you're like on a walkway and a car just like tries to drive down with you, and you're like, what? So that's kind of crazy, but yeah, I don't know. You guys have it a lot different, but hey, that's why this is fun. We all get to learn about each other, and we all get to enjoy just talking to each other and being around. So I love the live. Get to talk to people from all over the world on Sunday afternoon, which is just a great thing. Bling Watt says he's got a 2020. Maybe he has this a 2025 ProMaster 2500 3.6. Bling Watt, I drive one of those for work. I hate it. It is, mine's probably not a 2500 though, but that's just, Dodge makes the biggest piles of crap. Yeah. Octogram says he prefers, good for hit and run situations. Nice. Yeah, we try to do okay with that. Yeah, the American way is more fun. Yeah, Bling Watt. I don't know, man. I've driven a Ford Transit too, and it's like way more comfortable. And so whatever Dodge is doing, mine will randomly tell me that a brake light's out for like 3 cycles of the key, and then it will go away. So I don't know if the brake light is out for that, and then it comes back. I have no idea. Dodge electronics are absolute trash. They haven't changed. And we just beat on this van mercilessly at work. It's great. Vasily says he just put a Randy Ellis light bar and knockoff LP9 lights on the Excursion. Randy Ellis was fantastic to work with. That's awesome. I actually have never heard of them. Is it like a pod light bar or an actual like LED light bar that I haven't heard the brand of? Vasily? I don't know how to say it, dude. I suck. Nowadays, Octogram, they have been dodgy with their quality forever. The only Dodges that were actually decent is a Cummins-powered Dodge. Oh, has provisions for both. Interesting. I'll have to look at them. Sounds cool. I recognize the name. I just can't like picture what they build. Where'd you put the bar? You went with the tabs for lights. Sick, man. That's great. Oh, so you've got so it's like a big cage for lights is what you got. That's cool though. Oh, well, I mean, I agree. The Viper's sweet. I'm not saying it's not great. Oh, and tow hooks are cool. So you put it in between, like where the fog lights. Maybe you took the fog lights out. That's great. Did you wire it to the factory fog light wiring, or how'd you get it wired? Yeah, I dig me a Viper, but again, if you owned the Viper still, I don't know if the quality would be there. Maybe it is. Was there one of their higher things, but like, yeah, not much. Patrick Davis, again with this random vehicle just typed into the chat, so that's fun. Working with Walter. What's up, buddy? How are you? Only because of the engines. I don't know. It depends on. Oh yeah, with the Viper maybe. Yeah, because that V10 was killer. I don't know. I have a V10 now. It's pretty great. Just as fast as a Viper, I'm sure. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, Dodge in general. Octogram, great. An aux beam panel, sick, man. Yeah, I have an aux. I don't have an aux beam panel. I have a mic tuning panel. I just got some aux beam lights though, some 3-inch pod lights that I'm gonna. Yeah, you guys are my live people. I was like, I'm not gonna tell them. No, I'm probably gonna redo the front bumper of this truck one last time. I'm not gonna redo the center of it this time, but I gotta fix the wings. They're not strong enough, and yeah. Steve Bano, I don't. know what you're talking about, but that's great. Patrick Davis, doesn't matter. But glad to find you again, Steve. Working with Walter, your first car was a 78 Dodge Aspen. That's awesome. Steve Bano. I don't know. God's made up by humans. So doesn't matter. Dennis, I have the same problem, and I have done everything to make my white truck drive really good, and my wife still won't drive it. So it's getting a coil swap. That's the thing. So Patrick Davis, you're gone, buddy. Lots of people talked about excursions wandering. Never had the issue. I think you just might be used to it, Giggity. I'm used to it as well. I really don't care. I think it drives pretty darn good. I also started driving my Excursion. I've put 200,000 miles. Like when you've just driven a Ford for your whole life and that's all you know, then it's not that big a deal. When you drive one with coils, I drive like this one. This one, right, has coils on it and 40s. And I can let my hand off the steering wheel for twice as long as I can on my other truck. Working with Walter says Dorman steering shaft without the rag joints. That's interesting. Yeah. So Giggity, you've been around it for long enough that I think you probably just feel it and doesn't mind. Yeah. I'm the same way. It doesn't really bug me at all. Definitely can tell with a trailer. Mine's gotten a little bit more twitchy over the years. Definitely, it has some weird things just over the years, though, and in general. Like, it's got a vibration now that I can't find. It's probably in the axle bearing somewhere. And just, like, stuff like that I'm hoping goes away with the coil swap and just making it a little bit newer and nicer, you know? And, yeah, just the way that, like I said, the way that this thing tracks with the coil swap is just crazy different. And the turning radius to drive one around all the time, it's going to be way nicer. Yeah, better when towing. See, I have noticed that too, Dennis. There are points with a trailer at a certain weight that you're like, oh, this is better. Yeah, vibrating mechanical stuff is always fun. You can never find it. I have a weird vibration in my edge right now that's like on hard acceleration, turning left, the whole back, like I can feel it through the whole car, but I think it's coming from the back. There's a vibration. Doesn't do it if I freaking hammer on it going straight. Turning right, it kind of does it sometimes, but other than that, it's mostly left. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, Walter, the Ford trucks have always been known to have a little bit of a wander steering issue for whatever reason. They went to this new suspension, and then they got death wobble things, and like for some reason Ford just hasn't been able to figure out the way to get the solid axle to drive super nice. Now, what I will say though is we have a 2500 Dodge with a solid axle at work, and the Dodge rides. It's the worst riding vehicle I've ever driven. And so you think your Ford ride's bad, and then you get in this Dodge, and you're like, it's brand new. It's terrible. Dennis, I know. Could be the CV joints, except the drive shaft is brand new, and the hub's fully unlocked, so nothing is turning in the front. So, love it, Octogram. Just hanging out, man. Working with Walter. Wheel bearings are brand new. Like I said, I've done everything. It's something in the rear end or something in the drivetrain, something in the engine. I have no idea. Just something goofy. Miguel, what up, man? What's up, geeks? Dude, we're all geeks. That's why Geeks 4x4 exists, and glad to have you guys enjoying my pun and great fun name. So I love it. Glad to have you guys enjoying it. So make sure you hit that like button, and if you guys are interested in hanging out with me soon, the big old Ford Excursion event is going to be in Maris Adventure Park in Texas. It's a long way from everybody, but we're all going to drive, meet in the center, have a great time, and shake all you guys' hands and just tell you how much I appreciate you, and hopefully share knowledge and check out your excursions and you know, do all the stuff. So hopefully you can come to that. And if you want to know information about it, Geeks 4x4 Facebook page, under the events tab, on the thing that says more, the events tab is under there. It's kind of annoying that it's not really easily accessible, but we're going to try and get everybody in that event page. So come on and hang out in the Ford Excursion event page on the Geeks 4x4 page. So yeah. Nice, Brian. Koala Man, what is up? Got a few of you guys coming on. Love it. Loving to see you guys there. This is Brian's gas tank. Gas pump. Yeah. Miguel, you went down from 39s to 37s. Night and day difference. Now it's leaking some type of fluid. They sabotaged you, huh? Hope not, my friend. Hope not. That's no fun. Hopefully they didn't. What's up, Brian? How are you doing this week? We just talking about the event. I was telling Dennis, I was like, we need to all road trip. I would say we could road trip down there together, and you guys are welcome to, but I am leaving like the end of March because I'm going to probably Camp Trail Hero in San Hollow, and then I know I'm going to EJS. So I'm probably going San Hollow, Moab, Texas. But on the way to Texas, Maris, I'm also going to Waco because I have friends down there. It's going to be great, guys. Sherman Pass. Yeah, dude, these excursions are crazy. Are crazy in the snow with the right tires. So you'll be stoked all winter long. 4-wheel drive just makes it like a locked-in sleigh. It's pretty awesome. Miguel. Yeah, my friends Grace and Camo are actually at SEMA right now. They've been taking a bunch of videos for me of all the excursions. So I'm going to be posting some stuff up of the excursions at SEMA and doing some of that for you guys. So if you want to add some stuff to that, you just send me some emails, my friend. It's going to be epic, Brian. You're welcome to come, man. Koala Man, no sir, I do not. I don't have any extra batteries, and I don't have a fridge freezer. I've got the old school. I have a Canyon cooler on a slide in the back of this thing, and I use ice, old school, you know. Yeah, I'm not a. I don't want the weight of all the stuff. There's a company right now though that I'm talking to about getting a lithium battery. And that might change some things for me. I would be up for doing it. It's expensive, and I'm the budget guy, and I also don't want the weight of like an entire other system. So I'm kind of juggling some things to try and make it right. So it is kind of on the list, but it's also been fine because all I need to do is charge my phones, and I just. Yeah, the main battery's been fine. Okay, well, good to know, Giggity. Miguel. Dude, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. I try my best. I'm just a guy. Seriously, just a dude who built an excursion, and I want to just teach everybody. And honestly, I care about you having one of these trucks, and I care about these trucks so much that I just want people to be able to build them better, make them last longer, keep them on the road, and I get almost sick when I see one flipped, and I see one flipped almost every week. It's crazy. That's awesome, Koala Man. Ollie Turk says, if I have 50K SUV, which car is the best to buy? Ollie Turk, I don't know, man. I don't know that there's a good new 50K SUV that I would buy. For me, I'd buy a Ford Excursion always. Canaron Teal, it's got mold in his trunk. That's gross, man. You should get some stuff to kill that, and then make sure your seals are good enough to keep your trunk dry. Yes, Vasil is right. Excursion and then $20,000 in, yeah. Oh, interesting. If I could be a car, what could I be? What would I be? Again, why would I not be a Ford Excursion? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not against lithium batteries in any way, shape, or form. I just, like, for what I do, you guys have to realize, like, when I'm camping in Bob, it's being driven every day. So I'm never going to sit somewhere long enough to drain the battery. Does that make sense? Like, I don't need that. I don't need how much the recharge. Miguel says if I could build Bob again, would it be anything I would change? Miguel, the biggest downside of what I did with Bob is the gas tank size. And I can fix this. I have a belly tank sitting right over there that I'm working on, or saddle tank, whatever you want to call it. But I would actually make this rear gas tank a little bit bigger. I really took it and made it really narrow, and I haven't even come close to hitting it. And so I really need to either add to it, or I need to put my belly tank in. That'll give me another 10 gallons, and then I'll have fuel. Yeah, honestly, not a ton different. I'm really happy with a lot of things that I did, and there's not a ton of things that I really hate, if I can put it that way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir says, how many tickets do I get per year? Yes, sir. I do my best to never get a ticket. I've actually never gotten a traffic ticket. I've been pulled over a couple times, but never gotten a traffic ticket. I'm not a speeder, and I try my best to be a good driver. Ollie Turk, no problem. David Barney says he owned a Ford Excursion, and it was a great vehicle, but it got 10 miles per gallon. Yes, sir, David. That's a Ford Excursion life for you. That's what we all live, my friend. You must have had a V10. I also have a 7.3. That gets a lot better fuel mileage, like 17, 18 range, driving down the highway empty. Canaron Teal asks if this is a diesel or a V10. This one behind me is a V10. There is a diesel one behind you, my phone. And there, so yes, I do have both, and it's more fun to have both because it's more fun. But yeah, we were talking about lithium batteries. So before we got a bunch of comments in there, which is awesome. Keep loading the comments, guys. The super chat is also open if you want to donate to me and help me pay for this crazy excursion addiction. I would absolutely be so grateful for any donations you guys have. We also have memberships on this channel. If you want to become a member of Geeks 4x4, get access to early content and do stuff like that. The membership thing is really fun. Canaron says, which one is better? You know, Canaron, it depends on what you're doing. For an off-road truck like this one, I believe the V10 is the best option. And for a long-distance trip vehicle / tow rig / pickup truck rig, I think the 7.3 is unbeatable. So just depends on what you want to do. If you want to do a little bit of everything, honestly, I think the V10 is a really, really good option. And I think it might be, I don't know, might be really cool. It's now in the USA. Is the best option Ford or Toyota? Ollie Turk, I don't really like Toyota, so I would never do that. Somebody asked how many Bitcoins do I have? Never bought anything. Canaron says, would I rather have a new Durango or a Sequoia? I really don't like either of them. I would buy, if I had to buy a new car, a new SUV, I think I would buy, so my brother just bought one, a 5.3 Suburban, because that's the better motor. David says, I'm gonna dip. Oh, you're out of here, buddy. David, appreciate it, man. Jesus loves you too. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the care from my people. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. DW says we had an 0480 Bauer since 05. Nice. We still love it. Rebuilt the front end and now needs rockers. Dang. DW, the rockers. Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what I was going to say. eBay has good American-made patch panels. Walter, thank you for that reassurance of what I was going to say. It seems like, yeah, eBay's the way. Unless you build an off-road truck, then you take my route to it, and you cut them out, and you weld 2x4 steel to it. Giggity, I just don't like, honestly, I don't feel like they're made that well. I know that everybody likes them and they last a long time, but I have friends with a Tundra, and I just watch like all the little stuff or just like the plastic, and it lives in Arizona, so like that is not helpful, but like it just doesn't seem, I don't know, just something about it. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm also an American car guy through and through, and I just can't drive a Toyota. I don't know. Canaron says he's buying a new Miata, and I wonder what it's going to get for towing a Kubota tractor. Oh, you wonder what to get for towing a Kubota tractor and a race car. I'm like, dude, you're not going to tow it with the Miata. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do like where your brain's at looking at SUVs. The honest, thing is go drive everything and see what you like the feel of best. The Sequoias, people were really liking those new ones. Toyota's got some motor issues right now too, though. The Fords with the but yeah, the Excursion would be what we would all buy. You're in the Excursion chat right now. So Jeremiah, there's tons of videos of this truck on the channel. Just click on over to it, and yeah. So, but yeah, Canaron, the Excursion, if you can get it. The Yukon XLs are nice. The problem with them, like I said, the new engines on the Yukons are having trouble. So, Austin, it is real. It's falling off, man. It's real. And yeah, so the 6.2s are having a lot of issues. They got some sort of metal in them that's coming apart and destroying them from the inside out. And so that's not good. 5.3 is about the best engine made on those now. And I don't know if you can even get that in a Yukon right now. So you might be looking at Suburban. My brother bought a Z71, which doesn't have all of the, like, not air suspension, but like electronic suspension, which is actually nice. But the problem is it sagged just pulling his little Airstream, and so we had to upgrade the rear springs, and there's like one company that makes them, and it was a big deal to try and find the right things to do that. And so, but it is better now that he's done that. So, Explorers are sick. Yeah, so that, like, the Explorer would be something I'd look into. I'm a Ford guy through and through, so the Expedition is, the new Expeditions are slick, and the Tremor is really cool if you want to do a little bit of off-roading and just want something that looks better than all the rest of them. And that, it still has the EcoBoost in it, and I know that the EcoBoost has gotten a bad rap, but I don't know. Yeah. You don't like the cop car aspect of the Explorer. I get that. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. But yeah, the Expedition, I don't know. I mean, if I was really pressed for a new one right now, the first place I would go and drive is the Expedition EL. So. Ryan, are you talking about sway bars in American terms? And the answer is no. And this truck's really not lifted, so. Heard they put a diesel in the new Suburban. They do. It's a 3-liter diesel. Those have had some issues, too. I don't know a ton about that 3-liter, though. But, yeah, working with Walter, I freaking love the Expedition Tremor. German and Japanese. Well, then you should go buy the Toyota Sequoia, my friend, Canaron. It's not going to tow as well as I have no idea what it's not going to tow as well as. It's not going to tow as well as the Suburban. Probably. It's not going to, sure as hell not going to tow as well as the Expedition. But it'll do it, I bet. The Toyota's guys are doing them all the time. Ryan, well, tie rods have to happen anyway. It did have a beefy tie rod until I bent it. Control arm spacers, no, but it does have a coil swap, so it shouldn't have control arms, should be leaf sprung. Working with Walter, no, they should do a 7.3 Godzilla Expedition. They have the freaking motor. They need to do it. But yes, I did see that 6.8 coming out with the new V8. Kind of interesting. Yeah, so like you said though, that Sequoia's got a probably 8,000 pound tow rating or something. It's probably pretty good. It's on the Tundra frame, so guys love them. Like I said, my friends with them. Yeah, essentially it's Baby Godzilla. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that would be a better fit for the Expedition than the 7.3 would be the 6.8. But yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, ooh, interesting. Interesting. Dang. That is not great, Caneron. That's what year was it that the cab rusted off the frame, though, is my question. And what makes you think that a Japanese or German car is not going to have any rust? Because they're made out of the same material. If you're worried about rust, hear me out. 2011, so 20 years later. And where do you live, Caneron? If you're worried about rust, your best option is going to be an F-150 or a 250 with the aluminum body. Because guess what's not going to rust? Aluminum. Nothing that Japanese people do is going to change what rust does. Oh, in Canada, eh? Yeah, nothing that the Japanese car manufacturers or German car manufacturers do is going to change how fast they rust. So if you own those for 20 years and, don't take care of it or whatever, it's going to have the same problem. Exactly. Toyota has literally had rusted frame issues massively. Frames rusting in half. And that's not great. Like I said, your best option for anti-rust vehicle is the Super Duty line or Ford F-Series with the aluminum bodies, because the body cannot rust because it's aluminum. So, but yeah, there's nothing that Germany makes that's a good tow rig. I mean, Audi or the Volkswagen Tiguan or something is rated for 6,000 pounds, which is nothing. So, what do you mean? What year is the 11th gen Ford frame? Evil Jester King, what engine are you talking about? What vehicle? What year? Because on a V10 Excursion, it's not that hard. Just telling you. Just saying. There's nothing that Germany makes that's going to tow. Evil Jester King, no. You cut the cross member out and weld it back in, but other than that, you got to pull the motor. I did hear I was talking to a guy in a shop that I delivered to that was doing an oil pan. Are you 100% positive that it's the oil pan too, Evil Jester King? Because the stuff from the Valley will look like an oil pan, and it's actually super uncommon for the 7.3 oil pan to leak. So, unless it's rusted out. Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't want any of that. Dang, man, that sucks. Yeah, unfortunately, so I talked to this guy in the shop. He said he lifted the cab on this 7.3. He was because he had just put a new engine in this thing and the seal didn't sit right. And so he lifted the cab and then lifted the motor like 3 to 4 inches, and that gave him enough to drop the pan above the cross member. But yeah. Oh, really, Walter? Yeah, I thought it was interesting when they were excited about the body, and then they still didn't do, like, they need to make the frames that much thicker. Evil Jester King, you probably don't need fiberglass. It's probably the wrong thing to do. There is definitely putties made that will fix something like that. We did that on a transmission pan on Ultimate Adventure, and it held for years, never leaked. So, yeah. Down syndrome Jesus, thanks. Thanks for praying for my hairline. It's pretty bad. The new Tacoma transmission setting fire? No, that's amazing. Yeah, see, that's the problem. So, yeah, so why is Ford not... They need to fix that, too. No problem, Eve Jester King. Yeah, do some research on those putties. They do exist, and they do work. I would not use fiberglass filament one. You get one that's for high temp. Yeah, diesel fuel. That's a great insight that I kind of just told him, but he's actually got a rust hole in his pan, so that's too bad. I work too, Caneron. Unfortunately, Caneron, as we are just, rolling through all these vehicles and ripping them apart, good luck. You can buy the Ford with the frame that rots out. You can buy the GM that the engine burns itself up from the inside. You can buy the Toyota that the transmission lights itself on fire. Or you can buy the Dodge that the Hemi pits itself and all the electronics fail. Yeah. Dang. I don't even know what a Lada is. We can't get those here, so. Yeah, when you have the salt up there like that, you just got to buy a new truck every 10 years. Diesel fuel, do the eliminator. I have eliminated my fuel bowl and fixed all the leaks up in there forever. I have the driven diesel fuel bowl eliminator kit on my 7.3, and it's sick. What up, LDZ? Hey, if you guys are in here and you can hit that thumbs up button, get some more thumbs uppity in this uppity joint, I would appreciate that. So, yeah, totally get it, Caneron. 68 Lada. I know I've seen those before. They did them on Top Gear, but I've never seen one in person. Dude, it is so sweet. It actually even calmed like the idle noise down a little bit of the 7.3 and all that stuff. And then you could set your fuel pressure on the return exactly what you want it to be and all this stuff. It is, it's nice. So, Octagram, we're not telling on anybody. But you better hit the like button or else you're going to get told on. Just kidding. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to find something that's, yeah, I mean, the biggest thing with the salt is that you just gonna, salt is expensive is really what you're saying. And what I think you have to do is try your best to clean the crap out of whatever new you buy. And just make sure that you get underneath it once a month with a hose and run it through the frame, run it underneath, do all these stuff. You don't have to get a fast fuel system. No, I literally am still running the factory fuel pump on my regulator return. It's not a problem at all. Raphael, no thanks, brother. Yeah, Canaron. That's why you got to get an older vehicle. All these new, or you get the Slate. The Slate, I probably won't tow anything, but it has no electronics, which is great. Except it's electric. Yeah, that's exactly. If I live in a place with salt, I would buy the car wash package. I would wash it maybe once or twice a week. And yeah. Oh yeah, diesel fuel. If you're doing that, you're gonna want the fast fuel system. Yes, electric motor. But yeah, I think I would buy the car wash thing, wash it once a week, and pray. I don't know. Back McLaren, what's up? Yeah. Raphael, yeah, we do have ethanol free. I am unwilling to pay for it in my vehicles that burn it quick enough. If you aren't going to burn it for a while, it makes a ton of sense. But if you are burning it, it doesn't make hardly any sense. 100 inches of snow there, Walter. Yeah, we don't average that. I averaged like 26 inches of snow. And that's too much. Dang, Canaron. Yeah, that just sucks. Mac McLaren coming in here doing way weird stuff. Duck Ninja Dad, what's up? 15% at 88. Naraman John, maybe. Snow, but it's gone. Naraman goes away. Rolf, I live in Washington State, in central Washington State. So I live in the rain shadow. So I get about 2 feet of snow every year. It's not bad. Miguel, about 1,000. Well, without Bob being built, it was about 1,000 pounds. But now that Bob sits the way it sits at 77 with me in it, and the 7.3 is like 83 with me in it. Diesel fuel, you're in Alberta too. Nice. Duck Ninja Dad, did you go to my Facebook page? So go to my Facebook page. You click on the More tab on the top. It's like discussion and stuff like that on the top of my Facebook, Geese 4x4 Facebook. And then you'll find events. And under the events tab is where you'll see the Ford Excursion event. Canaron, I have not been to Russia. All right, Duck Ninja Dad, shoot me an email, and I will make sure you get all the info when we get out the tickets and stuff. Do I already have you on that email list? I'm about to send out an email and try and get that whole email list over into the event page. So, yeah. What up, Sycon, Dallas-Fort Worth area? 5.2 two-wheel drive, or 5.4 two-wheel drive. That's not bad at all. I need excursions. Yeah, totally. I think you should have an excursion to come for sure. Snow wheeling or desert trail riding? You know, let's put it this way. I have never been snow wheeling, and I don't want to go. Duck Ninja Dad, you can still, even if you don't have a Facebook, you can't join the event, but you can still look at the event, I think. So you should definitely check that. Yes, Sycon, it is very near Amarillo. It's in Maris. Holes hide under snow, yeah. And trees and all kinds of stuff. Excursions love to go through snow, not sit on top of snow, which is what you need to do when you get into the deep stuff up here. And that's a problem for the excursion. Yeah. Yeah, it's just heavy. It's just, I don't know. With the 40s aired down to like 6, it would probably be fine. But I mean, it floats on sand. But snow is so much different. And you have to stay on top of it when you actually get snow wheeling here because you can get 6 feet deep of snow. And you're not pushing through that if you're going down into it. But yes, I mean, I've driven through 18 inches of snow in my white excursion with no problem. But yeah. That's great. Ficon, or Psycon, whatever, however you say that. I still want you guys two-wheel drive to come. There's still some great stuff to do. We're still gonna have different events and like chats and like it's just gonna be a great camping weekend with other excursion owners. There is so many other things to do there. There's hiking and mountain biking, and we're gonna do like an excursion show, and we're gonna do all this stuff. So it doesn't matter that you're two-wheel drive. You can still come to Maris. Yes, it's an off-road park, but there's still other things to do. So I want to make sure we do get some two-wheel drive guys and all that stuff. It's the 9th through the 12th. It's not over the summer because everybody told me I was crazy of April. Sorry, April 9th through the 12th. Canteron, no. Can't bring your samurai. Sorry. Yeah. John D asked what I recommend for the best AT tire for a pickup truck. Honestly, John D, I have not run this tire. I ran the old version, but I am super impressed with what the new one looks like. It's the Firestone Destination AT. I ran their original version of this for about 20 years, and it was an incredible tire, wore really well on my excursion, did all the stuff. The new one looks even better. They did a really nice job with tons of sipes, and the technology just got better, and it looks very nice. So that's my tire. That's mine. Yeah. Miguel, no. No, we're trying to keep this excursion stuff, man. I really appreciate that it's all you guys' support and stuff, but it's really not my event, right? It's an event for the excursion. And so I know that you guys want me to do an event for Geeks 4x4 because I've got this community built, but I want to start off with an excursion event, and we'll see how this goes. And if I'm able to do some that are just mine, you guys can bring whatever you want. I'm totally fine with that too. I just want to start off and try and get the Ford Excursion event going, and then maybe we'll do another one counterpart, every 6 months do an event or something like that. So that's kind of the thing. Frozen. What's Frozen, Duck Ninja Dad? If I put a badge on the samurai. No, Canteron. Also, you got to come to Maris in Texas, my friend. The park is open for that weekend, though. If you want to come and hang out, that's fine. But we need you to have an excursion to be a part of the event. So yeah. I know. Build yourself a 2-door excursion and do that. VIP parking. Well, I mean, we're all going to camp together. So we're going to get a group campground, and we'll all be parked in about the same spot. And then, we'll do some sort of show and all that stuff. So yeah, it's not the same thing as a 2-door. Canteron, you got to build the 2-door. Guys, we only have 31% in here as excursion owners today. So a lot of times it's been over 50%. So a little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. I still had a great conversation. Love that you guys are all here, and yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that's the hope of the event. We're going to do like nightly campfire talks, and going to do Like, I don't know, just all kinds of things, right? So I love it, Miguel. I'm so glad to have you as part of the channel. And I hope you understand. Like the idea behind this event is not a Geeks 4x4 event. I happen to be the one putting it together, but I I want this to be the Ford Excursion event versus everybody coming for me, right? Like I want you guys to come because you want to learn more about Ford Excursions. I'm not going to talk every night. I'll talk maybe a night if you guys want me to. But like I want to have somebody with like Diesel guy talk and another guy like if I need to talk to Junior and see if I get him to come, like maybe have Junior talk a night or something like that. And just like really the people that know tons of things about these trucks give a chat or give a Q&A or give something, and do that. And then we're gonna do like a car show type thing where it's gonna be like almost like a 15-minute thing where we walk around to everybody's vehicle. It'll be a little different than a normal car show, where like at this time this guy's gonna be talking about his truck, and so So yeah. Yeah, just buy one, Caneron. They're dirt cheap in some places. They're less than $1,300 somewhere. But yeah, so that's the idea. Again, the idea is that it's a Ford Excursion event. If you want to come and hang out with Geeks 4x4, that's great. Good for you, Daniel. That's awesome. 5K, 6.8 V10. That's awesome. How many miles are on that sucker? Oh my gosh, Walter. You gotta get those guys to come. Rainy Girl. No, this is a V10. I have a 7.3 that's over there. You don't make 170K a year. You make 150K more than me. Hunter, I need that. 250K miles. Wow. It better be darn clean. I don't know. Where are you located, Daniel? What did you pay that? I'm just curious. I always like to take inventory of what the prices are going for in different places. I think I've seen them in California with that many miles on them for that price. So I'm thinking that that's probably a clean, rust-free version, I would hope. For 5K. I paid 3 for Bob, so I would hope to be a little less. And then Bob only had 215 on it. But that was a couple years ago. And Bob was not perfect in any way, shape, or form. It also had rust. Not a ton, but enough. Caneron, they're dirt cheap. You make tons of money. You're fine. Just buy one. Save another one. Virginia. Cool. No rust on that sucker, right, Daniel? Caneron, you're saying you need a truck to pull trailers and stuff. Buy an Excursion. Easy peasy, my friend. Yeah. PA. $1,500. Nice. See, guys, you can go to Pennsylvania, buy a $1,500 X. No problem. Come to the event, turn it around, sell it. 1,500 is great. It's dirt cheap. Probably for a good runner. Just nice and rusty, but a good runner. Nice. Nice. Well, as long as you are... yeah, Caneron. That's a V10 gasser for $1,500, my friend. No problem. That's a gasser right there. That's awesome, Daniel. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the Excursion community. I hope that you are stoked with your buy. What are you talking about, rock sliders? Like mine or like Outclaws? Did you guys just see my video on it? Caneron, $1,500 ones. You're going to find them back east with rust. Dennis paid $1,300 for a rust-free one in Washington, but that was like the steal of the century. Florida, they're going to charge you more for it. Robin Bar Aborhar says good morning. Must be in a different place. 4x473 in South Carolina for 38. Rockers and floors were non-existent. Nice. Yeah, Canaron. You need to go to Florida, California, Texas, anything down south. You can buy them. They're going to be a little bit more expensive though, with no rust. You can buy them for under $5,000 though, pretty easily. There's a couple on Marketplace right now in Washington that are they're very rust free, for under $5,000. They're not that expensive, and they would tow your car and your tractor and all that stuff, and you'd have an Excursion. Like, you know, be good. C-channel frame, so you can actually wash it out and it doesn't get rust in it. You'd have to wash the door rockers, the rockers out every night. Nice. Canaron, you can pretty much tow everything. Yep. So the V10 has a 10,000 pound tow rating, or 9,800. I don't know. I think it's 10,000. Yeah. No problemo. It'll tow it. Keep the spark plugs tight. Yes, and get down there with a leaf blower or a blow dryer and dry the rockers off. I hope you have a garage and that you can just wash this thing every night so it doesn't rust to the ground. But yeah, Ford Excursion will do all this stuff. What's slightly less than 10K, Dennis? Or now, is that what you're in that thing for? I said I see pretty clean ones in Washington for that's great, Canaron. That means that your next vehicle will, yeah, just less than 10. That's what I thought. It was like 9,800 or something for the V10. I don't know. I didn't look at any of that information in the manual, but 9,800 pounds will pretty much tow whatever you want at this point. That's awesome, Canaron. Now you can put your Excursion in the garage and make it last forever. Wash it off, put it straight in the garage all winter long. Be perfect. And then you got a V10. You can sleep in the back of it, drive it to the event, and hang on. Dennis, you are totally correct, my friend. It's really funny. It held that comment because you said tranny. It's great. Yep, upgrade the transmission cooler. Yep, Adam, they are awesome trucks. If you're overweight, though, the insurance doesn't like that. But the V10 will move it for sure. Not fast, but it'll move it. Yep, they're awesome trucks. You just gotta make sure you keep the spark plugs tight and just drive it. Don Gilly says, how do you get more power out of a V10 Excursion? You know, yes, Canaron, it's not a turbo, and that's what I was about to say. They do make supercharger kits, Don. They used to. I don't believe any company actually still produces it, but every once in a while you'll see one pop up, and you could pop in a supercharger, fix that problem right away. The big thing that everybody online says is re-gear it. Then you're going to be running a lot higher RPMs down the highway. I don't know if it'll affect your gas mileage a whole ton, but you could put a little bit deeper gears in it, get it up in the RPMs. The V10 seems to like RPMs, so. Daniel, bushings are shot, and he needs a new suspension. Daniel, what is your plan with this truck, my friend? And how much money do you want to spend right now after you just bought it? Thomas Bass says he owns an 05 Hummer, but he thinks it's light in the air conditioning. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Yes, Giggity. They did make them for the V10. Talk to me, Hunter. I don't know that I've seen those. Ford did make a couple of two-door concepts. I did a bunch of research on the two-doors, and I realized that Ford actually made the thing. They actually built those concepts. And I really want to find one of those. And yeah. So, yeah, Daniel, talk to me. Mild overlanding, wood on bumper, or maybe a tire carrier. Is your plan to tow or anything, Daniel? That's called torque steer, Brian. And so when you really hit the gas pedal, the front differential kind of moves the steering wheel, and that's not great. Daniel, here would be my thought. I personally a proponent of Skyjacker suspensions. If you are into riding good and American-made products and a good family brand, also leaf springs. If you good night, Canteron. Okay, if you want to tow still. So Skyjacker makes a 6-inch lift kit. They actually, I believe, also have 4-inch springs that I don't know if they sell in a kit, though. If you look at their individual parts, you can get I think you might be able to get a 4-inch spring from Skyjacker. The reason I know you want to tow, and that's great, and you can still tow with Skyjacker stuff. I would, because you want to do off-roading, I honestly would probably stick away a little bit from the ATS springs. And I've said that before, and I've said that I've talked to Junior about it, and there's a reason they're not on this truck. ATS is building those springs to do truck things and not flex. Exactly, yeah. So Skyjacker makes a really nice multi-leaf pack that adds, got more leaves and stuff. Also, they have the code, right? So I have a coupon code for Skyjacker that's Geeks 4x410. Get you 10% off whenever you buy them. So Geeks 4x410 will get you 10% off at Skyjacker, and you can buy a kit from them. 6-inch is a lot. You said you wanted to go 35s? Yeah, it was way up there. 35s. I would probably be more inclined to run a 37 with a 6-inch lift on an Excursion. It's just, a 35 is a little small for an Excursion, honestly, because it's such a big truck that the 35 is almost small. But Skyjacker, yeah, they make a nice kit. I know the 6-inch kit exists nicely. But yeah, Brian found out that a 35 is a little small on an Excursion. But in all honesty, you can run a 35 like stock on an Excursion. Herb Gillespie, dude, I have no clue what year's the best. It depends on the engine, depends on the truck, depends on a lot of stuff. Daniel, yeah, you would probably want to re-gear for 37s, but you'd also want to re-gear for 35s if you're going to tow with that V10. So either way, you should probably plan to re-gear. Here's the other side of this, Daniel, would be how much do you want to spend, and do you want to just do it all at once? Personally, I think the coil swap is like way better. And it will tow better, it will drive better, it will do all the things. And if you have the ability to and the want to do it now, it would just be like, if you're going to do something, I like to do things once. And so if that's like kind of the plan and you just want to do it, I would just think about coil swapping it right away. But it's up to you. Six-cylinder? What truck are you talking about, Herb? Dude, I have not seen that, Hunter. Send me a message with that. I don't even know what that is. Because I ate some chicken for lunch that was made like last week or the week before. I don't think it was good anymore. It's starting to not feel good. So, Bruce Selena, hi, how are you? 2006 F-150 with the V6 in it. That's a pretty good truck. Pretty good truck, Herb. Daniel, I think I would go 48s on a 37. People will tell you that's not enough. Yeah. Yeah, Dennis, that might have been good. No problem, Herb. Brucelina has an EV. That's great, man. What vehicle do you have? As long as you're not going to tell me I'm hurting the environment, because it's way worse. What EV do you have, Brucelina? I'm sure I'm butchering everybody's names. That's also the best part about being live is like people just put their names on here, and I'm like, I have no idea how to say that. Yeah. Yep, 488. That's what I did in mine with the 40s. I'm never gonna tow, so it doesn't matter to me. I roll down the freeway in fourth gear, so overdrive at 2400 RPM ish, and then it downshifts to 3400 RPM when I go climbing with the 40s. I think, oh, the Nissan, that's cool. I think 48 with 37 would probably be pretty nice. Honestly, if you are gonna, depending on how big you're gonna tow, you might want a 513. I don't know. The guys on the forums will tell you all kinds of crazy things, and yeah, that's okay, Brucelina. You can come hang out. We'll talk about gas cars. Oh. I had to turn the heater up. Getting a little cold just sitting still talking to you guys. That's awesome, Omar. That's a cool ride. Yeah, yeah, ask on the forum too. Like the guys that say 538s are insane. The reason I like 488s is what up, Ford 73 Power Stroke? How are you doing? Nice, Brucelina. I like the Mustangs too. Miguel, you're on a Chevy pickup though, a little different. Daniel, I mean, it's always a concern. What I do, because I'm at high mileage too, is, do you know if they've been replaced? And if you don't know if they've been replaced, I would replace them. And then what I do is I try about every, and I say this and I haven't done it at all, every year or so, I go around and take a torque wrench to my spark plugs and just make sure they're tight. Because the thing is, what happens is they start loosening up, and as they loosen up, they back out, and so there's only like 4 threads that are in the head. And as soon as they start spinning out, now you only have 3 threads holding them in. And as soon as you get to that 2-thread setup, it starts popping them because it can't take the compression with that much threads. Now, good news is, you got a lot of miles, the compression's down probably. Yeah, so Giggity did like the whole Calvan kit on the thing. But again, it's so worth it to me every year to go around it and just put a torque wrench on the spark plugs. Liverpool, I don't know what this is, but I think this is going away. Yeah, you get what engine's in your truck, Miguel? Is it the 6.2? Yeah, I mean, it's always a consideration of doing something different. I think if I ever did something, a lot of these guys know what I'm about to say, is this truck will get a manual transmission more, quicker than it'll get an engine swap. But, everything's a consideration. Everything's a possibility. At a certain point, the age on these, like you got 250, like I have 230,000 miles, 232 or whatever. And, yeah. Yeah, Miguel, you're in a whole different class than we're talking V10 Excursions. My 7.3, you wouldn't need to re-gear with a 37. Like it's the same way as your 6.6. It's just, there's no need to re-gear. Those have plenty of power to deal with the tire. So, Okay, there you go. Daniel. Is that who we're talking? Yeah, so Daniel. So, so Hunter right there has 513s with a 37, and he's at 3,000 RPM at 80, which is quite fast for most of you guys out east, but out west we have 80-mile-an-hour speed limits. And yeah, dude, Daniel, why didn't you buy that one? X Powerhouse Ford Excursion has been popular with me since they were built, because I've had one since then. But yeah, they did. Because nobody makes a replacement, they're better than all this stuff. There's not an SUV that can do truck things like the Excursion. It doesn't exist. So, Daniel, you should have brought that one, man. Oh yeah, had a diesel in it too, or no? So Hunter, do you think 513s is right for a 37, or would you rather have a 488? 6-liter with a ZF6. I don't know that I've seen that swap. Interesting. 6-liter. I imagine that for 15K, that 6-liter better been bulletproof with receipts, and that truck better been really clean, because it's a steep price for a 6-liter. Hey, if you're in here and you haven't hit that like button, I would appreciate the thumbs up here. I'm about done. Yeah, dude, they are on crack. I'm about done for the day. Gonna think about heading out. Would love to answer a couple more questions, though, if you guys want to shoot them in the chat. Just love trying to help you guys. It's a fun time. And I'm just grateful that you guys came and hang out with me. Came to hang out with me. I am so grateful to get to know this community. I hope that you're coming to the event. The event is April 9th through the 12th at the Maris Adventure Park in Texas. About as central as I can get. I'm driving a long way. You guys can drive a long way. Let's come and hang out. Diesel Fuel has a 6-liter. Daniel is going to look into the 513s. Bye, Miguel. I was waiting for Hunter to tell us if he liked the 513s for the 37 or if he thinks he wants the other one. Yes. I don't have the keys to that truck with me. So, if you'll hang around, Giggity, and I just leave this thing on, I can go get the keys to Bob and turn it on. The camera's facing the front, so it looks weird. But yeah. Daniel, see if Hunter comes back. Guys, I'm going to go run and get the keys to Bob really quick. I need to show Giggity this radio here. And hang on. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. You have the 6.4 too. Yeah, 7.3 is better than both of those, but yeah. Okay. I think I can just turn the camera around. Hi, I'm still here. Still alive. There you go, Daniel. I think the answer, I was thinking that 488s are going to be a little better if you're not trying to cruise 80, which I don't think you are. So, even towing, Hunter? All right, flipping this around. Giggity, I hope you're here. Here's what it is. So this is the whole startup sequence. You can also set that, which is pretty cool. So it does the forward thing. Also, it's completely straight to my phone. Showing you guys everything. Great. Yeah, there's like a weird... What will it not do? Oh, because it's on... Can I disconnect this Bluetooth? I'm going to try and show you more. Okay. Mine has like this air... It sounds like an exhaust leak is what mine says. It's very weird. But it's not really an exhaust leak anymore because I fixed that. I don't really know what it is. Anyway, let's get the homepage up. So you see how the clock is always wrong? That's the one thing that's annoying. Okay, I'm going to hit the camera on here. And there's the camera display. That's my front bumper. And I think there's a way... No, you can't move it. Can't do anything with it. But that's the camera display on it. So when you hit reverse, it will just turn. And also it turns off the audio when it turns on the rear camera. So that's kind of interesting. It's a LED fan radio that's on my Amazon store if you're interested in it. Yeah, LED fan, little radio. It's got aux. It's got all the stuff. But, yeah, good little radio. It's not the best radio. It's not the worst. But there's all the stuff. 100% it's a cheap radio. Yeah, buy headers if you can find somebody that's selling the headers right now that actually has them in stock. Buy them because I waited forever to get the Banks ones, and I literally called them like a month after they stopped making them. And they were like, yep, we're not making those anymore. Actually, they said, our equipment's broken, and it's been 2 years now. Yeah. No problem, Giggity. Yeah, that's the thing. For me, it's $38. It is, it is what it is. That's awesome, Charles. I love those new Rangers. They're good looking. They're big, though. They're not the same Ford effing Ranger small little guy that could just do anything, you know. They're big guys. So, yeah, Giggity, grab it through my store. Make a couple dollars on it. I won't make a couple dollars on it. I'll make some cents on it. But, yeah. Pioneer 4200 NEX. Good doubled in with the backup camera. Yeah. But that Pioneer is probably like triple the price. And I don't know, this one does the stuff. So, not hating on it, but that's like the crazy thing is all these Chinese radios are so decent. So decent. So, anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to call it for the night. I appreciate, yeah, $300 to $500. That's a $38 radio, Miguel. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end the poll. We did all that stuff. And, yeah, 181 votes, 30% owners. Pretty awesome day. Appreciate you guys a ton. Thank you so much for caring about me. Thank you for being part of my community. Just sending all the love, sending all the support, and I'm in your corner, bro. So, all right, guys. We will see you later. Yeah, Crutchfield's awesome. Bye-bye.